I think I'm ready. Whoa. Morning, YouTube. It's, I don't know, sometime July 2021. Behind me is the 2002 Camry, 184,000 miles on it. My son's been driving it. To me, it appears that the valve cover gasket's leaking. And it's got to be changed. I've washed the motor yesterday to get most of the crud and crap out. I had a picture of it all muddy and leaking along the front, but I don't have one now. Let me pop off the battery cable so that I don't short anything. Take off that little plastic cover and we'll see how bad the valve cover gasket looks. Okay, you want to know why things take me forever? This battery terminal, the nut is literally seized, and it just doesn't want to give it up. I'm going to let it soak and move on, but that's the kind of stuff that I run into. So I got to back off get that plastic cover off, and that way I can see what's going on with the valve cover. I think it's 10 millimeter stuff. Yes, it is. See, I was just using this on the battery, so instead of breaking out a socket. Okay, got the nuts. Well, let's see what's going on under these covers. There we go. Put that down. There it is. Free at last, free at last. All right, let me get a flashlight here and take a good look. Because I've washed the motor, most of the evidence is gone. But right there where the flashlight is shining, that is what was pouring out of the motor. Stick my finger in there, see? I can wipe it away. Just coming out of this corner, and that appears to me to be the valve cover gasket. So I've confirmed that's what it looks like. I'm going to keep fooling with this battery terminal every now and then, trying to wiggle it free or do something. If not, I'll fix it. But this looks like, let's pull the spark plugs, or the whatever those things are on the top. Pull those out and disconnect everything that looks like it's connected to the valve cover, and it's a go. All right, I got to pause here and figure out some way I'm going to keep all my screws right. Here's the system when it comes out. I've got a piece of cardboard here that I'm just punching holes in. I'll group them and label them. And that's going to be the system for how I keep track of all these bolts. And I will actually make a pattern when it comes to the perimeter ones, if any of them start looking longer than others. I'm not going to film this, I'm just going to pop them out and pull the, I can't think of the name of those things on top of the spark plugs. Well, this is not good. It seems I'm having problems or just finding things all over the place. But when you actually look down here at, it's either the number 1 or the number 4 plug, this thing is covered, the tip is covered in oil. I'm surprised I'm not throwing a check engine light or something, but that's just more evidence. Oh, same with this one. Oil. I got oil in the 2 out of the 4 have oil in the spark plug boots. That is not good. I am so glad I am changing this now. Well, things are coming apart pretty good so far. I've disattached all the loose stuff. I'm pulling the bolts. These ones in the middle are pretty long. And putting them in my little cardboard template that I had made. So you can see that right over there. There's the cardboard template I'm using to keep track of everything. The biggest problem I'm having is I just cannot get that negative battery terminal screw to give it up. It just will not friggin' happen. And so I'm taking a hacksaw blade and every now and then giving it a few strokes, because if I don't fix it now, it'll be a major problem down the road, or when you're broke down on the road. So I hacksaw a little bit, and then before I go back to the valve cover, I take a crappy wood chisel, slip it in there, see if I can't fracture this off. Still won't give it up. All right, back to the valve cover. I'll bring you back when I'm actually trying to beat it free. Okay, I've got all the bolts off. Let me grab this thing. See if I can't pop it. Oh yes, it just popped free. Just like that, it popped free. She's mine if I can wiggle her dumb ass out. This wiring harness here seems to be what's holding me back. See if I can get this side out first, and then start bringing out this side. It's tight. It's tight. She's tight. Man, this gasket is so friggin' crusty. I am so proud of myself. Look at that, guys. Some of these seals in here have failed. All right. Yeah. Oh, I'm so happy with myself right now. So happy with myself. Even if I do have to saw off that battery terminal. Well, what I want to show you is this thing is totally shot. It's very brittle, but even worse, these pieces in the middle, this is literally hard plastic now. So I'm going to pick all this shit clean. Got to get everything out of all these spots, clean it up off the top of the motor, and it's gravy. All right, I'm going to shut you off for a while, and I'll bring you back when it's all cleaned. I'm still struggling with that battery terminal, but since I've got the valve cover off and I've cleaned off the mating surface, but what I've noticed when I look down into the spark plug wells, I got oil down there, so I'm going to try to blow it out with air. Ho, ho, ho. You got to see this up close. Let me get my hand clean. I don't know if you could see it when I blew it up, but let's get in close here. Look at all the oil that came out from the spark plug well in these two cylinders. It's crazy. These two cylinders right here. Oh, I'm getting screwed up with the zoom here. Sorry, guys. These two cylinders here just had oil coming out like a geyser. So wipe it off, clean it up, blow it again, and we'll keep blowing it until I think I've got most of it out. About this, got that battery terminal off. I've blown out all of my spark plug tubes. I'm gonna wipe them out. Wow, they're oily. I should probably also pull the plugs and clean them off. In fact, that's what I'm going to do right now while I've got this open, one at a time. Everything needs to be just clean before I try to plug it back in together. Here's the spark plug from that first cylinder. It's actually very clean, but it's just oily. So I'm going to clean it off, wipe the tube out, do it to each individual set or spark plug. And okay, this is the big moment. I've got the new valve cover gasket on the cover, and it's idiot proof. Only one way it'll fit. I did spend a little extra time Q-tipping, cleaning. Same thing with over here. I scrubbed all those mating surfaces with a greenie. And I'm hoping that this gasket will stay on when I turn it over and fight it into place. Actually seems pretty good. Now I'm not using Permatex or anything like that to hold my gasket in. One last look underneath. Everything appears to still be in place. Now let me try to wiggle this side in past this wiring harness. There we go. I think that's got it. That has it. Let me get a flashlight and do a visual inspection on the back to make sure, because you can really see this new gasket. That blue just sits nice and clean lined along the front. Wish I had a mirror. Wish I had a mirror. Yeah, it feels in place. Can't see it, but it feels in place. I just kind of lift it up. It's in the grooves. Everything's there. Hey, that's it. Bolt it up. Oh man, look, this was not a hard job at all. As you know, I've got all the bolts on the cardboard. It's going to be very simple to put back together. I'm not even actually using a torque wrench because I don't have one. So for me, everything is just going to kind of be stuff, fit, click. And right now I'm just going around and I'm putting everything back into place according to my cardboard diagram. Do some kind of a cross-patched torquing click with my adjusted calibrated hand. Man, the friggin' bees. There's a beehive around here somewhere, because once they find something sweet, they just go crazy. I had a soda next to the truck, and now it's just Bee City. I'm just taking everything down till it feels like it's touching. I'm not even really putting any pressure on the gasket yet. Like I said, this one in the back was really hard to get to. But I didn't want to do more disassembling of the wiring harness and any of that foolishness. But I believe this is probably going to solve my oil consumption problem that I have had, oh God, for the longest time. You know, this bolt is just freewheeling here. Oh, there we go. Finally found some down at the bottom. There we go, there's the bottom of that one. That's bottom. And that's the bottom too. Okay, now I think what I'm going to do is some kind of a figure 8, jump around, tighten them down kind of pattern of my own choosing. Taking them each time a little bit closer to tight. Okay, a little bit closer to tight. I'm still not even really just doing anything. I can feel the gasket compressing though, just a little bit under my wrench. Okay, now we're getting to the point where we're going to be torquing to tight. Almost. Whew. Getting very close to being able to turn this puppy back on. But I have decided I need to do a brake check. Because when I drove it last night for the first time in a while, brakes don't feel right to me. It's my car, I let my son drive it. But he lets me do the maintenance. Isn't that nice of him? Well, the truth is it is, because he's a car killer. My boy is a car killer. Now, that was a nut I just passed up. Like I said, I'm just kind of jumping around. And I'm just getting everything down snug at about a quarter turn is what I want. You can know when you're down there and you're just taking that last little extra quarter. And I'll be watching this, so if it starts leaking or doing something stupid, I'll be there to talk to it. Click, click, click. Okay. I've cleaned everything out. Wiped them off, but well, that's dry. So see about this one. Is that dry in there? No, that one's got oil in it. Yep. So I'm still trying to clean out all the oil from that puppy's dry, but this one's got oil in it. No, not bad. Okay. Well, these four things can pop into place, and the nice thing is because of the length of the wire, it's damn near idiot proof. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Gotta make sure these puppies are down on there. Very good. And now I should have four spark plug bolts right here to go on those spots. Again, a lot of people do this for I don't know, all kinds of stuff on the motor. I actually like using cardboard boxes when you're taking things apart to keep your nuts and bolts and things some kind of situated and handy to have. And again, I like to make sure everything is hand started first so that I'm not stripping things out. Well, that's that. Everything here seems to be 10 millimeter. Now these things you don't, there's no, for me there's no torque, or just put them down till they're snug. I wish I could think of resistors, or I can't think of what the heck these things are called. Somebody will leave me a comment and tell me, I'm sure. Just like I couldn't think of what the hell sway bar link was a while back. Yeah, I thought I could blow all that oil out. I might have been better just to pull the plugs and wipe it out to begin with, but who knows. Okay. Now let's connect up some of the little brackets that hold everything together, and PCV valve, and you know, just tidy it up to make it workable. Tidy it up, make it workable. That goes there. This goes here. My brother said this was above his pay grade, but the truth is, you do what you need to when you got no money. Worst thing you can do is spend money you don't have. So if you've got a little time and a 10 millimeter socket and wrench, you're golden. Okay, and I've got one more bolt to put in to hold down this wiring harness on the other side. Right here. And then try to see the hole. Gonna start this one with a wrench. I think I got it there. Yep, that's it. Okay, now let's see. I've got to put on the hose clamps for those, whatever they are. And still find a bolt for that damn battery. If I can't find a bolt, I'll have to go to the hardware store. Okay, that is done. Okay, and that is correct. Now I need this last clamp that I have. Mr. McCheese here, because I changed the PCV valve before. I went to a cheese clamp. See, I thought the PCV valve would fix my oil consumption problem. I'm now 99.9% sure that that whole problem was the valve cover gasket. I know they say you're not supposed to use them in cars, or the better the factory clamps, but I can do it. Okay, all I got to do is get a bolt for the battery. This puppy's done. Oh, wait a minute, no, I got to put the cover back on. Let's put the cover on. That shouldn't take too long. This thing had some kind of that spacer there. I don't know why. But let's just pop this on. Find the holes, line them up. 1, 2, and then these two go on the top. Now, I actually do have a little bit of cleaning to do on this truck because I splashed oil on the glass. And so I'm going to have to clean that up directly. One, 2, done. That's a wrap, boys and girls, other than the cleanup. I'm next now going to brakes. And whether or not I bring you with me on this video, I don't know.